What really led Park Seo-joon to marry a woman 15 years younger, and not just anyone, but a foreigner? The news dropped like a bombshell, catching even his most devoted fans off guard. Was it a secret romance, a sudden decision, or something deeper than anyone expected? Join Red Carpet revealed as we dive into the mystery and uncover the full story behind this dramatic twist. Why didn't we see this coming? That was the question echoing across fan forums, entertainment blogs, and social media platforms within minutes of the shocking news breaking. Park Seo-joon, one of South Korea's most beloved and admired actors, had just announced his marriage to a woman 15 years younger, and to the astonishment of many, she wasn't Korean. She wasn't even Asian. The name dropped and the announcement stunned everyone even further. Isabella Ramirez, a 24-year-old Colombian-Korean model and aspiring filmmaker who had only just started making waves in the solo art scene. This isn't just a celebrity love story, it's a saga that crosses continents, defies expectations, reveals a side of Park Seo-joon few have ever seen. The sudden announcement that rocked the internet. It happened on a quiet Friday morning. Park Seo-joon's agency, Awesome ENT, released a brief statement. It read, "Actor Park Seo-joon is planning to hold a private wedding ceremony this fall with his partner, Miss Isabella Ramirez. We ask for your warm support and understanding, as this is a personal milestone for him." That was it. No preamble, no teasing, no build-up, no months of rumors or paparazzi trails. Just one clean, clear bombshell, and a name no one had heard before. Within minutes, #Park Seo-joon wedding was trending on X, formerly Twitter, in over 30 countries. Fans scrambled to Google Isabella Ramirez. Reddit threads exploded with speculation. Was she rich? Was she famous? Was she hiding in plain sight? But the truth? It was something far more surprising, and far more romantic. Who is Isabella Ramirez? Isabella isn't a household name, at least, not yet. Born in Bogota, Colombia to a Colombian father and a Korean mother, Isabella grew up bilingual and bicultural. Her mother, a former K-pop trainee who returned to Colombia in the late 90s, raised Isabella on Korean dramas, Korean food, and stories of Seoul. When Isabella turned 21, she made a bold move. She bought a one-way ticket to South Korea to pursue a career in film and modeling. She didn't have a management company. She didn't know anyone in the industry. She simply wanted to explore the other half of her identity. For 3 years, Isabella quietly worked behind the scenes as a production assistant and part-time commercial model. Her face appeared in a few music videos. She was spotted in indie fashion shoots. But nothing suggested she was romantically involved with a global star. Until now, a hidden love story 3 years in the making. Multiple sources from Park Seo-joon's close circle now confirm, the two met in late 2022 during a private indie film fundraiser in Taiwan. Park had been there as a surprise guest to support a rising director he admired. Isabella had been working on the production team. She was wearing a paint-splattered hoodie and jeans. One insider said, she wasn't trying to be seen. She wasn't even in the spotlight. But Park couldn't take his eyes off her. What started as a polite conversation over coffee turned into a slow-burning connection. They met several times over the next few months, always in quiet, creative spaces, art galleries, script readings, cozy cafes hidden in back alleys. There were no flashy dates, no public displays, no suspicious sightings. Park was discreet. Isabella was invisible to the press. Their love blossomed behind closed doors. Why fans are in shock? The shock isn't just about the age difference or her foreign background, it's about the secrecy. Park Seo-joon is famously private, but fans always assume they'd at least have hints if he were in love. After all, he's one of Korea's top actors, known for his charm, poise, and near-perfect image. That image now includes a wife, one he never introduced to the public until the wedding announcement. Some fans feel betrayed, others are thrilled. But nearly all agree on one thing: this isn't the Park Seo-joon they thought they knew. Theories are flying fast. Was he hiding her to protect her? Did their age gap cause hesitation? Or was Isabella the one who insisted on privacy until their bond was strong enough to survive the spotlight? First glimpses of the couple. Just hours after the announcement, paparazzi unearthed a single photo, grainy, half-lit, and snapped late at night, of Park and Isabella walking together in Samcheong-dong. He was wearing a baseball cap. She had her face half covered with a scarf. But there was no mistaking the way they leaned toward each other, hands just barely brushing. Netizens now point to an old Instagram post from Park in 2023, a blurry photo of a sunset with the caption, "Sometimes peace finds you in unexpected places." Some fans believe he was referring to Isabella. Isabella's Instagram, once filled with artistic black and white portraits and film stills, is now private. But eagle-eyed fans noticed a comment from Park on one of her past posts, "Proud of you." Short, simple, heartfelt. Reactions pour in. Celebrity friends of Park Seo-joon have begun weighing in, with mixed emotions. Actor and close friend Choi Woo-shik posted a story with the words "You kept it that quiet," followed by laughing emojis and a heart. BTS's V, also a known friend of Park's, hasn't commented directly but reposted a quote that fans believe is directed at Park: "Real happiness doesn't need an audience." Meanwhile, fans continue to oscillate between confusion, admiration, and curiosity. On Dome, a top-rated comment reads, "I'm shocked. But also, I kind of love that he chose someone real, someone with a story." Another user wrote, "This is giving movie romance. Colombian-Korean filmmaker meets A-list actor? I'm invested." Park Seo-joon's career versus his heart. Industry insiders now wonder what this move will mean for Park's carefully curated career. He's currently filming 2 projects, an war-style action film and a Netflix romance drama. Will the public's attention shift from his roles to his personal life? Will advertisers pull back, or will his boldness only increase his appeal? One manager, speaking anonymously, said, "This isn't a scandal. It's a love story." But the Korean public can be sensitive. Let's see how it plays out. And that's the real tension. In an industry where dating can derail reputations, Park Seo-joon has just risked it all, for love. Though many have rushed to label Isabella as unknown, those in Seoul's underground art and film circles knew her long before the world did. Isabella, now 24, had been quietly building a name for herself not as a celebrity, but as a creative force. After arriving in Korea in 2021, she took up small film internships, volunteered on set for student films at Korea National University of Arts, and eventually worked as an assistant director for a short film that won 3rd place at the Busan Indie Film Showcase in 2023. "She's ridiculously smart," said one of her former classmates, "and very reserved." She never talked about her personal life. "We had no clue she was dating Park Seo-joon, of all people." But it wasn't just her intelligence or artistic taste that drew Park in. Sources close to the couple say it was her groundedness, her complete lack of interest in fame, that disarmed him. "She didn't fawn over him. She challenged him," said a staff member on one of Park's recent drama sets. "He told us once, 'She talks to me like I'm just a guy. Not a name on a poster.'" A proposal with no cameras. At the dramatic proposals at luxury hotels or viral TikTok-worthy surprises, Park's proposal to Isabella was heartbreakingly simple. It happened in February, according to a close family source. They had been together for over a year, living separately but spending most of their free time together in Park's secluded Hanam-dong residence. One quiet night after dinner, Park reportedly handed her a small leather journal. Inside it were handwritten notes he'd written during their relationship, memories, thoughts, and one final sentence: "If you still want to see the world with me after reading this, will you marry me?" She said yes. Not with tears or squeals, just a whispered yes and a tight hug, according to the same source. No ring. No videos. Just a promise. The wedding plans, and the guest list everyone's talking about. The couple is set to marry this October on Jeju Island, but don't expect a celebrity parade. The wedding will be limited to 40 guests, including family and a few select friends. Among the few names confirmed to attend are Park Hyung-sik, Choi Woo-shik, and Kim Dae-mi, along with Isabella's mother, who is reportedly flying in from Bogota. Interestingly, Isabella's father is not attending. Sources reveal he has been estranged from the family since Isabella was 10. Instead, Park Seo-joon's own father will walk her down the aisle, a gesture that insiders describe as deeply emotional. The ceremony will be held outdoors near the cliffs of Subjekhaji, with a backdrop of autumn-colored waves. Private chef from Tokyo is being flown in, and a Korean-Colombian fusion menu will be served, featuring bibimbap with aji sauce, arepas with bulgogi, mango rice wine. Why this love story feels different. This isn't just another celebrity romance. It's a cultural crossing, age-defying partnership, and a deliberate act of privacy in a world obsessed with exposure. Fans who once reacted with shock have now shifted toward support, especially as more details of Isabella emerge. Her past is free of scandals. She has no online footprint of fame chasing. Instead, she's an artist with a quiet fire, one that clearly matched Park's soul. "It makes sense now," wrote one netizen. "Always looked lonely, even in interviews. Maybe she filled that space." Another popular comment reads, "Age doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter. What matters is how they protected each other from the madness of the spotlight." Respect. Park Seo-joon's agency responds to industry concerns. With some advertisers allegedly monitoring public reaction, Awesome ENT finally released a second statement reassuring fans and partners. Park Seo-joon remains fully committed to his ongoing projects. His marriage is a personal decision that will not impact his professional responsibilities. "We ask for continued support." In the scenes, however, some insiders admit that management had reservations about the timing of the announcement. "October is close," one executive said. "It means filming schedules will have to accommodate his honeymoon. That's pressure." But those who know Park best say he's never been clearer or calmer. "He told me once," said a co-star, "that when the right person walks into your life, the rest of the world becomes background noise." What comes next? Life as husband and wife. After the wedding, the couple reportedly plans to move temporarily to Paris, where Isabella has been accepted into a short-term filmmaking residency at La Femis, one of Europe's most prestigious film schools. Park is said to be supporting her dream by accompanying her during the program's first phase before returning to Korea for his projects. This move was not publicized in the initial announcement, deliberately. It was meant to be just for them. Now that it's out, fans are more curious than ever. Will Park appear at French film events? Will he and Isabella walk red carpets together? Or will they maintain the same veil of intimacy they've had from the beginning? The legacy of this announcement. Park Seo-joon has always been known for his clean image, his work ethic, and his ability to disappear into roles. Now, he's also known for something else, choosing love boldly, but quietly. In an age of reality TV romances and attention-seeking couple reveals, Park and Isabella's story feels almost radical in its sincerity. They didn't sell their love. They didn't brand it. They just lived it, and then shared it when it was strong enough to stand on its own. Final thoughts from the bride. Isabella has remained silent since the announcement. A friend recently shared a quote from an old interview she gave at a student showcase: "Love, to me, is what you build in silence. When no one is watching, that's where it grows." It now seems more prophetic than ever, as Park Seo-joon and Isabella Ramirez prepare to say "I do." They've already given the world something rare, a love story unshaken by fame, unbothered by rules. Quietly revolutionary. From Seoul to Bogota to Paris, this is one journey fans will be watching, not because it's loud, but because it's